Young Sheldon Season 8. Sheldon attends Caltech before meeting Leonard and other plot predictions. As young Sheldon enters its 8th season, the long-running prequel to The Big Bang Theory faces a unique challenge, keeping the narrative fresh while aligning with the canonical future of one of television's most beloved geniuses. Over the last 7 seasons, audiences have watched Sheldon Cooper grow from a precocious 9-year-old living in East Texas to a socially awkward but brilliant teenager on the brink of college life. Season 7 ended with Sheldon poised to take the next monumental step in his life, attending Caltech. Season 8, therefore, promises to mark a crucial turning point, blending the comedic tone fans love with the gravity of a young genius entering a world of adult expectations. Based on the show's trajectory, its historical patterns, and the larger universe of The Big Bang Theory, here are some predictions for what season May 8th hold. Sheldon's first days at Caltech. The most obvious plotline for Season 8 revolves around Sheldon's adjustment to Caltech. Historically, the show has thrived on the contrast between Sheldon's intellectual prowess and his social naivety. While East Texas presented small, manageable challenges like annoying siblings, religious neighbors, and bullies, the academic world of Caltech will pose a very different set of obstacles. One key storyline could focus on Sheldon's initial struggle to relate to his peers. Sheldon's genius has always made him feel like an outsider, and at Caltech, he will encounter students who are his intellectual equals, or at least think they are. Unlike his previous life, where he was unquestionably the smartest person in the room, Caltech will offer him peers who challenge him academically and personally. Expect a mixture of competitive one-upmanship, misunderstandings, and the comedic absurdity of Sheldon trying to navigate a dorm filled with eccentric young scientists. It's likely that the show will introduce original characters, future colleagues and friends, who parallel the dynamics of The Big Bang Theory. For instance, we may meet a proto-Leonard character or a student resembling a young Howard Wolowitz, with whom Sheldon has a love-hate relationship that highlights his social quirks. These early interactions could cleverly foreshadow the relationships he will later have with Leonard, Howard, and Raj without violating canon. There's also a high likelihood of cameo references or Easter eggs to The Big Bang Theory, allowing longtime fans to spot subtle nods to Sheldon's future life. Sheldon meets Leonard. While Caltech will introduce Sheldon to brilliant minds, the most anticipated moment of Season 8 might be the meeting of Leonard Hofstadter, the character who will become his roommate and closest friend in adulthood. Considering Sheldon's age in this timeline, their first encounter may not be immediately friendly. Canonically, Sheldon is socially oblivious and inflexible in his routines. Leonard, with his neurotic tendencies and laid-back approach, may initially clash with Sheldon's rigid habits. This encounter could serve as a turning point in Sheldon's social development. Imagine Sheldon meticulously mapping the physics lab for optimal efficiency while Leonard inadvertently disrupts everything with a casual, "Why don't we just try it this way?" It's easy to foresee a sequence where Sheldon's fastidious nature meets Leonard's more improvisational style, leading to comedic conflict and eventual camaraderie. Season 8 could explore these initial tensions while planting the seeds of a lifelong friendship that will define the series decades later. Family dynamics and transition. While Sheldon will spend increasing amounts of time at Caltech, his family will remain a significant narrative anchor. Mary Cooper, in particular, is expected to continue shaping Sheldon's moral and emotional compass, providing the affectionate grounding that has been essential since Season 1. However, as Sheldon grows more independent, the show will likely explore the tension between maternal influence and intellectual freedom. Meanwhile, Georgie and Missy Cooper may experience their own arcs, reflecting the ripple effect of Sheldon's departure from home. Georgie, traditionally portrayed as the normal sibling struggling with the shadow of his genius brother, might enter his own phase of personal growth, potentially exploring college or career challenges. Missy's development may focus on her own identity, as she balances sibling dynamics with the desire to step out of Sheldon's shadow. These subplots will allow the series to maintain its familial warmth while advancing Sheldon's storyline toward adulthood. Sheldon's social and emotional growth. One of the strengths of young Sheldon has been its exploration of Sheldon's emotional growth. Despite his brilliance, Sheldon's lack of social intuition has always been a source of comedy and occasional pathos. Season 8, set against the backdrop of Caltech, offers fertile ground for expanding this theme. Sheldon's experiences with roommates, classmates, and professors will challenge him to adapt in ways he never has before. For example, he may be forced to navigate romantic feelings for the first time, a subtle nod to his later interactions with Amy Farrah Fowler in The Big Bang Theory. Even minor romantic interests could provide both humor and character development, as Sheldon struggles to apply his scientific logic to the unpredictable world of human relationships. Additionally, the season could delve deeper into Sheldon's handling of failure and criticism. Unlike high school, where he is often the top student, Caltech will present scenarios where his ideas are challenged or dismissed. Observing how Sheldon reacts to intellectual setbacks could humanize the character while preserving the show's signature humor. Expect sequences where Sheldon, armed with equations and theories, attempts to correct professors or peers, only to discover that life, unlike physics, is not always predictable. Academic challenges and comedic potential, Caltech provides a goldmine for the series' humor. Sheldon's obsessive tendencies, combined with the competitive environment, are perfect for both situational comedy and character-driven moments. Audiences may witness Sheldon obsessively organizing lab equipment, devising complex schedules for studying, or creating elaborate charts to predict his peers' behavior, all while missing the bigger picture of social interaction. Guest professors or visiting scholars could serve as comedic foils or mentors, further enriching the academic environment. These characters might reflect exaggerated stereotypes from the world of science, ranging from the eccentric theorist to the disorganized experimentalist, allowing the show to satirize academic culture while staying grounded in character-driven humor. There is also potential for nods to real-world physics, as the show has historically balanced accessibility with intellectual depth. References to actual scientific concepts or historical Caltech figures could appeal to fans of science, while reinforcing Sheldon's growing credibility as a prodigy. Foreshadowing the Big Bang Theory universe, Season 8 is also poised to deepen the connection between young Sheldon and its parent series. While avoiding direct retcons, the show can plant clever foreshadowing that will reward longtime fans. For instance, the origins of Sheldon's apartment habits, his obsessive routines, and his signature quirks could be explored in more detail. Scenes depicting Sheldon's meticulous preparation for future routines, such as his spot on the couch or his rigid meal schedules, could be comically amplified in the context of dorm life. The series might also explore early influences on Sheldon's worldview, from encounters with socially awkward peers to mentorship by eccentric faculty. Each of these experiences could serve as a building block for the character seen in The Big Bang Theory, offering viewers insight into the development of his idiosyncratic personality. Even small interactions, like a professor mocking a theory he later perfects, or a dorm mate challenging his perfectionism, can become Easter eggs for fans. Expanding the show's emotional core, despite its focus on humor, young Sheldon has always excelled at emotional resonance, often balancing laughs with poignant moments. Season 8 can continue this trend by exploring the leaving home for the first,